is NDTV. And you're watching NDTV Prime. In association with Micromax. Nothing like anything.
On behalf of Symbiosis Institute of Operations Management, we welcome you all to the HR Summit 2015, SIOM's annual conclave on the confluence of HR and operations. We would like to start the 6th edition of HR Summit on an auspicious note with the lighting of the lamp. We now request our director, Dr. Vandana Sonavne, to say a few words about today's event to welcome you on the stage.
I'm extremely delighted to welcome all of you to this HR Summit 2015. We at Symbiosis Institute of Operations Management believe that at the center stage of operations excellence is the people. And technology being the backbone of operations excellence, the effort in today's event is going to be influences that technology and HRM has on each other. As we unveil the 6th edition of HR Summit today, there are some pertinent questions we would like the speakers to answer. Is there a real, serious, widespread adoption of technology in HR? Where do things really stand? I'm very fortunate to have a great lineup of speakers, and thank you so much for joining us in this quest of curiosity. Hope you have a great, insightful, and learning day.
We have with us our first keynote speaker for the day, Dr. Adil Malia.
So the summary of what I was trying to tell the audience arises from the fact that we are all aware of the fact that the changing nature of the markets is a reality. And this is not a reality which is like what we have experienced in the past. This is something that is changing, and this is something which has come to stay. So no longer are we in a situation that we believe it's a cyclone and therefore we need to keep our heads low and then maybe it will pass away and then maybe we'll once again get in. This is the unique nature of the industry, and it's going to be like that for coming years. It is in this event and this situation that we will have to learn how to make the most out of change. And the challenge for the corporate is that given this context, how do you look at your prime resources, which are your people, and your technology, which is always going to assist and aid you? How do you blend the two and continue to maximize value creation in this challenging environment?
Technologies such as mobility, cloud computing, web conferencing, and telepresence have driven connectivity across the globe. In today's industry, where the technology landscape of organizations is changing rapidly, what are the key drivers that an organization need to focus on while introducing a new technology? These are some of the most critical aspects on which we would like our panel members to throw some light on.
It's always a great pleasure to come back to this function. I think you put many event managers to shame by the way you organize it. It's a very interesting topic, and somehow you always pick up very contemporary, relevant areas, and that shows the kind of leadership that you have at SIOM. Diving straight into the topic, technology paving the way for employability, I think it's very interesting. And technology kills some jobs, but it creates new jobs. It enhances the power of employability. So that's the whole point, and I've got a very interesting star-cast panel with me today to discuss this important subject. Anirudh, you can start off.
I believe there are two things that are happening. One is employability is improving. The second thing is our ability to employ is also improving. If you're not in the technology space, you can't hire perhaps the best talent which is available. I think there is definitely lot changing. And more quickly we adopt to that change, I believe will be much more impactful and far ahead of the times.
Thank you very much. That was very interesting. Sanjay.
Let me put it across this way. A few years back, the best measure of employability was how much experience do you carry. What has changed? Employability no longer worries about experience. So who's more employable? The person who spent 15 years actually gaining experience, or the person who spent 5 to 7 years and who knows how to leverage not only his or her own experience, but experience of others. And that also requires availability and the ability to leverage technology today.
Let's go over to the lady Simran and hear her views.
Technology has helped us in bridge the gaps between the different generations working together side by side in an organization. With the different generations working together, you need to have some sort of synergy between them. But technology today has helped in bridging that gap. Cross-generational mentorship programs, so to say, where each generation is sort of complementing and taking and absorbing each other's strengths and becoming even stronger from that.
Thank you very much. And then last but not the least, can we go to Colin?
Probably relevant to the audience here today is the knowledge worker. How that professional being has been repurposed because of technology. It's a symbiotic relationship. You can't work without technology. Organizations are not going to get rid of technology anytime soon. The changes are at a pace that we can truly not really completely keep up with. We need to keep a pace of if we're going to differentiate ourselves for employability.
Thank you. If organizations can keep in touch with the rapid change of technology, they would find that they're so much more employable and so much more people would like to join them. So it's been a fantastic discussion. Thank you very much for all your answers.
In today's scenario, we cannot ignore the impact that technology has made on the organizations across the globe. Technology is indeed one of the crucial factors. To enlighten us on how technology has brought about these changes in today's organization's design, it gives me immense pleasure to introduce you to our next keynote speaker, Mr. Chetan Tolia.
As I start, I'd like to acknowledge the wonderful role that the faculty at SIOM is playing. Thank you for encouraging your students to organize such a session. When it comes to organization design, it is left to the intersection of various functions. And therefore, organization design as a practice is something that does not squarely fall under a single functional domain, and often it is left to the CEO. And inevitably, the default structure and the default organization design is adopted. I believe this is a very, very important activity that should not be left for the default option to be adopted. And so, organization design is going to change many of our practices, many of our paradigms, and the opportunity to make that change lies ahead of students who are graduating this year and next. Thank you very much.
It gives me immense pleasure and pride to welcome Ms. Vaishali Kasture on the dais to address the audience on the topic, why we love to hate HR and what HR can do about it. I would request our director, Dr. Vandana Sonavne, to felicitate Ms. Vaishali Kasture.
So I think I spoke about simple being the new complex. Every time we have been forced with a business problem, we have added more administrative complexities to solving the problem rather than simplifying things. It's time to kind of break up the HR function. There are certain pieces which don't belong with HR, and what HR should do in my mind is focus on people, sit with people, sit outside the CEO's office, so that they can at a ground level give you a pulse of the organization and what the culture is like, and at a very strategic level they can help the CEO build the organization and define what talent needs are going to be for the future.
Alright, tough guy. He's clean.
We have a new record. 5 minutes, 5 millimeters. That's all it took. You missed it, fellas.
The slimmest phone ever. Micromax Canvas Slimmer 5.
Simple. Slimple.
ये लीजिए आपकी दवा।
तो रिश्ता पक्का समझे?
कौन सा रिश्ता?
आपने हमें दवा दी और हमने आपको पैसे दिए, तो आपके और हमारे बीच में एक रिश्ता बन गया।
बिल्कुल ठीक, ये रिश्ता पक्का।
तो फिर इस रिश्ते पर मुहर लगाइए।
मुहर?
बोल दीजिए।
ओ बिल।
कुछ भी खरीदें, बिल जरूर लें। ऐसा करके आप नकली और तस्करी के सामान की खरीद फरोख्त पर रोक लगा सकते हैं। ये आपकी और देश की सुरक्षा का सवाल है।
क्यों छोड़े, क्या चल रहा है? अरे भैया लाइफ इंश्योरेंस ले रहा था। 20 से ज्यादा कंपनीज है, कंपनी क्लेम देती भी है या नहीं ये चेक किया? नहीं। कंपेयर नहीं करेगा तो बनेगा उल्लू। और तुमको क्या मिलेगा? बाबा जी का PolicyBazaar.com पर जाओ, सभी लाइफ इंश्योरेंस कंपनीज के प्लान्स कंपेयर करो, सही प्लान चुनो, 11,000 तक बचाओ। PolicyBazaar.com।
बदलते भारत के बदलते शहरों में कहां हो आपका घर, आपके बजट, आपकी जरूरत और आपकी चाहत का ख्याल रखते हैं हम। पूरे भारत के प्रॉपर्टी बाजार पर करीबी और पक्की नजर, साथ में आपकी परेशानियों को भी उजागर करते हैं हम।
प्रॉपर्टी इंडिया, रविवार शाम 7 बजे सिर्फ NDTV प्राइम पर।
प्रॉपर्टी इंडिया पावर्ड बाय टाटा कैपिटल होम लोन्स। करें वही जो आपके लिए सही।
To understand their work, you have to understand their minds. Because who they are intrigues us as much as what they do. It's not just an interview, and it doesn't get more raw than this. The Big Indian Picture, Monday at 9 p.m. on NDTV Prime. You cannot predict life, but you can preserve your family's future. Your life is precious, but insurance makes it more valuable, even when you're not around. 15 minutes of insurance knowledge for a tension-free life. It's more than insurance, it's intelligent investing. LIC presents Insure. Know your life insurance. Tuesday at 2:15 p.m. on NDTV Profit.
Presented by LIC.